What's happening, folks? Welcome back. It's time for your Twitter reactions to Celtic 1, Aberdeen 0 at Celtic Park, a 5th league win on the spin. Before we get started tonight, I have to tell you about our sponsors, OneFootball. The OneFootball app has everything you need from a football app. You can get line-up notifications as soon as the teams are announced on game days, goal alerts from any league in the world, league tables from all around the world. You can get pre-match stats. You can get all the Celtic-related news straight to your phone as soon as it breaks. You can create widgets as well that will keep tabs on Celtic's next fixture, who it's against, what the kick-off time is, all of that stuff. You can download it by clicking the link in the description of this video. It's a brilliant way for you to support the channel. As I keep saying, if you want to help in any way, the best way to do that is to click the link and download the OneFootball app. It is free wherever you get your apps, so get involved and let me know what you think. We'll start tonight with Andy Boy, 69. Very poor second half in contrast to the first. On the plus side, we defended well. Keep this wee one going for what it is or what it may be worth. I think ultimately tonight, the main thing is that we did get another victory. I think 5 league wins on the spin is good for them. I don't think the performances have been stellar for much of that run at 5 games, and I think the home form is probably the most alarming because we are looking uncertain in home games. We're having a lot of spells of pressure against us. We were really having to defend, and I think we look a lot freer away from home, which is strange because there's not a crowd at either venue, whether we're at home or whether we're away. But I just think the home form this season has been a real worry, and I think even in the games that we're winning now at home, you can see if you think back to the Motherwell game, we're really clinging on near the end, a goal line clearance in the last minute, and then going into the last 5-10 minutes tonight again, we're defending deep, we're dropping into our own box. And we're really struggling to keep a hold of the ball. Maybe that's just the nerves and the lack of confidence that have come from how things have gone this season. But I think the home form, it just seems different for the away form. I don't think we've been under half as much pressure away from home as we have at home, which is strange. And I think it was poor in the second half. I think I thought the first half was very good. I expected us to kick on in the second half. Didn't really happen. But even after the first half of the second half, where Aberdeen were the better team, I thought we would come into it and really get a foothold and start dominating the game again, but it never really happened. And Aberdeen dominated the majority of that second half, and it almost looked like we were happy to just sit off them and defend and hold on to the lead, which is that's strange. That's strange for a Celtic team at home, but as I say, maybe it's just off the back of how things have gone this season. At Albert O, 67, hanging on. Terrible passing, even when not under pressure. That was something that I think in the second half was very clear. I think there was times where when you are defending deep, and okay, there's in any game you can be under spells of pressure and you're going to have to defend your box, but I thought we could have done a much better job of keeping the ball in the second half. I thought we were really poor in terms of if it was going up to Edward at times. Christie went up there to join him and Ayeti came off, and then Klimala came on, didn't do a good enough job of holding the ball in. That's what we needed at that time in the game, because we need to take the pressure off, get the team up the pitch, have a spell of possession, because that's when you can relax. You can relax when you've got the ball. It's when you're out of possession that you get drained and you get tired, because you need to be so concentrated and you're constantly shuffling from side to side trying to defend. So I think we could have done a much better job of keeping the ball in the second half, and that was one of the things I thought was most strange about the game, actually, that because we were dropping so deep, as I say, I expected us to come out of that at some point and gain a real foothold and start controlling the ball again and dominate possession, but it never really happened. At D McDonald 96, started well, brilliant goal, ended up being absolutely terrible. No creativity, style, tempo and lack of width is killing us in the final third. Passing and fitness levels all very poor. Really need to get it sorted as soon as possible. Far too late to start stringing wins together as well. I mean, that's not to devalue stringing wins together. I mean, it's better stringing wins together than stringing losses together, but in the ultimate aim of what was at the start of the season, it's far too late for that. We know that. And I think it's a good summary of the game. We did start really well, and I thought in the first half, out of possession, we were very good. I thought the intensity was good. We put Aberdeen under pressure. We were forcing them into mistakes. And obviously the way Aberdeen play against us, man-to-man for most of the game, if somebody loses a man or beats them, the whole pitch just opens up. And I think that's what happened time and time again with Ayer, with McGregor at times. McGregor for the goal lays into Turnbull. And again, as we talked about in the full-time reaction, we need to talk about Turnbull's goal because it was absolutely superb. Again, I think in the grand scheme of things, where you've won a game 1-0 and you're clinging on for most of the second half, when the winning goal comes from all the 25, 30 yards out, you can maybe complain about the quality of chances that were created. Turnbull did have a great chance in the second half after McGregor's brilliant running cutback. if he'd got a better connection, he should maybe have finished it, but he just kind of scuffed it a wee bit. And I think other than that Klimala chance right at the end, we didn't have anything really clear cut, and that would be a worry. But I think Turnbull's goal was just worthy of winning any game, to be honest. Dan Miller, substitutions continue to boggle the mind, but it's 3 more points. The back line was solid. Great to see Welsh return and give a solid performance alongside Aya. I think Stephen Welsh deserves a worthy mention tonight. He really defended well at times, and I think Aya alongside him. When you think about the average age of the two, I think Aya's 22 and I think Welsh might be 19 or 20. So really young as a centre-half pairing, that's usually the area of the pitch that you want some real experience in. But I think Aya, having played so many games at centre-half for Celtic and won titles and won trophies, he's definitely the senior figure when he's alongside Welsh. And I think tonight he led by example. I think in the second half he defended really well at times. As I say, in the first half, coming out with the ball in an attacking sense and galloping up the pitch that we see so often from him. I think he's just a really good player, Christopher Aya. I mean, he is destined to play at a higher level than we can offer him, and I know that a lot of people are saying that he's one of the ones who's been trying to get a move, and he might ultimately go in the summer, but there's no denying that the boy's a brilliant defender, a brilliant all-round footballer, to be honest. When you see that he can defend, when you see how quick he is, how good he is on the ball, he can come out with the ball, he can pass it, he can carry it up the pitch. He's got absolutely everything, and he's a fantastic footballer. We'll finish tonight with Hoops Lad 67. Same old drivel. We won, but we were hanging on against a poor Aberdeen team. Stale, tired and out of ideas. It's really hard to have any enthusiasm for these meaningless games, and the substitutions were bizarre. We talked about the substitutions in the live full-time reaction there. It did seem a bit strange, and I think that plays into the narrative that we were happy to hold out for 1-0 in the second half. I think, as you say, we bring off a Yeti, we bring on Rogic, which is a striker for a midfielder, and then we bring Brown on for Sorrow, which is like for like if you want, but Brown really does bring a solidity when you're bringing him on just with 15 minutes left. You really want to shore up and maybe get some more legs and energy deep in the midfield. And then obviously we bring Edward and Turnbull off, who are probably our best two creative players. And okay, we did bring Klimala on, but Klimala's all effort and all running and dig. And El Yunusi as well covers a lot of ground. So I think it was clear at that time in the game that we just wanted to get legs on the pitch and see it through. It might seem harsh to have won 5 games in a row, but I think what was said in that tweet there sums up how a lot of people feel. I know a lot of people are watching these games and thinking that's brilliant. We've won 5 in a row, but these are meaningless games. We are playing out dead rubbers in the league because of the situation we're in, and even if you think how January went, if we'd just won 2 of those games in January, we could be in a situation where we still had an outside chance of rekindling some sort of title race, but such is the position we're in now, it's too far gone. We're back to 15 points tonight, but there's just absolutely no chance of anything happening. I think that's why people feel a void watching these games, even though that we are stringing wins together. And I don't think anybody, if they're honest with themselves, even though that we've won these 5 games, I don't think anybody can say that we've been absolutely scintillating and that they've got real joy and excitement out of watching the team. It is good to string wins together, and we defended really well at times tonight, and it was nice to see that come to the fore, because at times this season we haven't defended well enough, and it was great to see guys like Welsh and another performance for Christopher Aya, John Joe Kenny, who's came in and looked really steady. It was good to see that side of the game at times, but I just think when you look at the 5 games overall, the Motherwell game as well, there's still that undercurrent where we're not playing really anywhere near top gear. But as I say, we are grinding out wins in that, for whatever that's worth between now and the end of the season. That's what it will be. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you the weekend for the build up to Ross County away. Thank you.